adored you before I laid my eyes on.
Stream starting soon. Just getting set up, friends. Getting set up. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Thursday. We are one day closer to getting to have a nice day. Hey, man. Now, let me try one thing here. There we go. Send that one backwards. There we go. That's better. Wasn't sure if my music was coming through. Speaking of which, let me turn that down just a notch. Give me a second. What am I doing? Fit to screen. That's the one I'm looking for. There we go. So glad it's almost Friday. I am wiped out. All right, we'll turn that down a little bit. Don't want to blast everybody out with music. But I do need a little something to keep me going. I am tired. We got pollen and all kinds of crazy crap flying around. And it's kicking my butt, man. I'm telling you, it's kicking my butt. Holy cow. So I'm starting a little bit early. Not much, but a little bit early. We're going to work on some Bello Bear for a little bit. And then I think we'll go play a little bit of pinball. If that sounds good to you guys. Oh, and just a heads up. TTS should be working great. So send me a message. It'll read it out loud. And I'll get to, that way I won't miss anything while I'm working. Also, I am officially a 4-party streamer, if that makes sense. But I'm on, got the K going, we got the T going, we've got the TT going, and the YT going, if you know what those are. So I am officially all over the place. We may add 1 or 2 more. Now that I got this thing figured out and I can stream without killing my bandwidth, it should be working good. Praying and hoping. Speaking of which, while I'm at it, you know what? Let me go to my Let me go to my apps and stuff and just take a peek there. I want to make sure because it's been a little hit or miss trying to get all this stuff working. My internet still isn't the best. Yeah, we should be good. But yeah, I've had a rough time with the old internet. We got Verizon right now, the 5G home, and it's not bad. Perfectly serviceable if if you're not streaming like I. The biggest problem, you get decent down speeds, so you can pretty much do anything and everything. All right, that looks good on there. You can pretty much do anything and everything. Downloading, but uploading, that's where the speed starts slacking. We'll get around 10 to 20, which is not great. But it's serviceable. I mean, it's going pretty good right now. I might die midstream though. That happened Monday, I think it was Monday or Tuesday. So who knows? But we're a small-ish town that's like 40,000 something people. Big enough where you got most of the things you want, and then if you really need we don't have a Costco here, so if we need Costco, we can drive over to Tucson. We're about an hour away from Tucson, and so that we're kind of limited on internet choices. But we've got a new company called Allo that's coming to town, and I've read lots of good stuff about them. But they're bringing fiber, and I'm just like, bring on the fiber, baby, because it's going to be the same speed up and the same speed down. One gig of up and down, whatever the heck they give you. At least that's what I'm planning on going with, and that's going to make it a lot easier. Because struggling with this, just consistency, like I said, it was Monday or Tuesday, streaming great, everything was fine, and all of a sudden, it just cut out in like midstream, and I'm like, oh great, so now I gotta restart. So anyway, but we're running good. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. My allergies are gonna be a little crazy today too, so. Oh yeah, what else? Let's see. We did all that. And we did that. All right, I made myself a little checklist. I gotta go through all this stuff. When it was like just streaming on one, pretty much was just streaming on TT, and then I switched to YT for a little bit, went back to TT, and I'm like, why am I not just doing this on all of them? There's good days and bad days. Some days, there's nobody on TT. Other days, there's nobody on YT. I don't know. It seems to vary just day and whatever. So anyway, we're up and running on all of them. I'm going to switch to my working view here. I'm still here. And now you can see my checklist. So I got to do lots of stuff. Oh yeah, and definitely I got a note here for myself to ask folks to follow me on the YT and all the other ones. And what I need to do is make a little note on the screen that says that I'm available everywhere. That way people just go whichever one in service of their choice to watch. Because I have noticed that people are a little weird about some social and streaming platforms. Some people like others better than others. So, hey, we got somebody else on Twitch. What's up, buddy? Don't be shy. Say hi. Please follow. All that fun stuff. Just so you know, I am going to work on. Here's today's comic that I posted. If you obviously on Twitch, you're not going to see it. But go to your, because I can't do daily posts. I can only do the live streaming. Go to your social of choice. Minus Facebook. I'm not on Facebook. They, I don't know why, but they didn't like me posting comics for some reason. Something about it doesn't conform to their community guidelines. But yet, you see other horrible stuff on there. So anyway, you can find me anywhere else, just about besides that for Facebook. So. Go to whatever social you love the most and look for Bello Bear Official, and then you can get the comics. And we got two. I do two different kinds. I do what you see on the screen right now, kind of the traditional, it's either a 1-panel or a 4-panel comic. And then I've also created what I call watch-along comics, and it's basically a video version of a comic. Not quite a cartoon. Still kind of has the essence of the comic strip, but there is a voiceover on it and some sound effects and stuff. So it's kind of a happy medium. I'm still refining it a little bit, but it's kind of a happy medium between animation, but keeping the essence of a comic strip. So go. No, I'm already live. I don't know if you heard that, but that was my alarm to go live. All right, let me turn my music just a notch down. There we go. Make sure you guys can hear me. All right. So this was today's. I already did it. We are going to work on another one too. I already posted this one today. So like I said, go to your social of choice, follow. Throw me check this one out. Check out both versions. See what you like better. I post both every single day. I do the traditional comic and then also the watch along. You see what you like better. Just throw me a heart on there. Follow, all that fun stuff. But we're gonna get out of there. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna work on a new episode of Bello Bear for a little while, and then we're gonna get off of here. We're gonna go across the hallway to the other room. And we're going to play some pinball today. I've got a really sweet full-size digital pinball machine. So it's basically like the real thing, but instead of having a plate field, it's got a big-ass LCD screen in it. And then the back glass is all monitors too. But it's as close to real as you're going to get. It's pretty amazing. So if you're a pinball fan, start thinking about what table you want me to play. I will happily play anything for you. Absolutely anything. And odds are I have it on my machine. I keep saying the number's about 1,200 tables on there. I'm not actually sure how many tables on there, but it seems like that many. So I've got pretty much anything that you've probably played in the arcade. Even there's a lot of digital tables too on there. So pretty much anything that you can think of. So just let me know. Oh, we got Bello mugs too. If you want to go check one out, go check out the shop. It's bellobear.shop and use the coupon SAVE20 if you see something you like. And definitely remember for the holidays. Mugs are pretty cheap and they come in all kinds of different colors. So like the rim and the handle, we got all kinds of different colors. So if you want to get a set for the family, your brother and sister, what have you, it's a nice gift, and you guys can have your own personal colors, so nobody steals your mug, if you know what I mean. It's my mug. Give it here. All right, so let's take a look. I'm going to work on I don't want to work on that one. That's the one coming out tomorrow. We're going to work on a brand new one that I haven't done yet. I've got a bunch that I've kind of created and ready to go, and then I'm always working on new ones. So I try to have, like 20, 30 ahead, just so, if I go down for a week and I'm sick or something, and it's really easy for me to still get these posted, because I do post pretty much every day, Monday through Saturday, and then I do the streaming at the same time. So anyway, so I do these so I have a bunch ready to go. And I'm not like struggling to get one done every day, because it's a lot of work so I write a script basically like what you see on the screen right here. This is my notes app where I keep them all. I write a script that can take me, for a 4-panel version, which this is, I don't know, I might spend a half hour, I might spend an hour on it, give or take. Sometimes they flow really easy, other times they take a little bit longer, but so let's just call it an hour on average. So I put in about an hour on the script. I know that seems crazy considering it's like 8 lines of dialogue, but you gotta tell the story. You gotta get the dialogue. The dialogue has to match the character voices, all that fun stuff. So I put in about an hour on that. Then I do the actual comic strip, and plus the video version, which that'll take me 2 to 3 hours too. So each comic, the full-size 4-panel comic, can take me 3 to 4 hours to do. and sometimes a little bit more. So it's pretty involved. So I try to break it down into pieces. So I'm not doing everything at once and freaking out and like, oh my God, how am I going to get this done? So, but let me quit yapping. Let's start pulling up some art and start doing some stuff. Today we're going to do, so this is an episode and I got 2 formats. I've got the single panel, or let's start with the 4 panel. So the 4 panel is kind of more story driven. It's Bello and his buddies at his deli. It's kind of sitcom-ish, if that makes sense. And those are, like I said, those are 4 panels. They take a little bit more. I do this Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And there's, they're individual, there'll be individual episodes, but sometimes it'll be continuing story arc. And, we might pull from an old comic and that kind of stuff. Then I'll also do, so that's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then the second one that I do, it's a single panel. And the idea is that it's Bello and his buddy Avery. They're doing open mic night comedy. And Avery gives them the setup, Bello gives the other punchline. And so it's a single panel, and it's just a little quicker for me to be able to do it. Because, I'm doing this as basically my passion project. I still work full time doing graphics and marketing. That's, I got a little graphics business that I do. So there's only so many hours in the day, and I had to figure out a second format to be able to make that work. So we'll get started here. I'll try to keep talking while I'm getting stuff rolling here. So the single panel ones, I call those non sequitur bits, basically like jokes, and they are on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And then Sunday I actually take a day off, because you know what, that's just too much darn work. It's already too much darn work, but it's a passion project. I absolutely love doing it. So, it's a lot of work, but it's not that bad. If you really love what you do, that saying, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. Well, it's kind of like that. You're still working, but when you love it, when you're having a blast doing it, it's not bad at all. Let's see. Okay, let's delete that. I don't need any of these. So what I'm doing right now is I'm taking an old comic that I did before, and I have all my files in like one folder. And I'm deleting all the old ones that I don't need. And then I'm going to update for the new one. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this open. If you guys want me to tell you too, I can kind of go into detail on these. I pretty much use all Adobe apps just because I'm a graphic artist, like I said, and I already pay for all this stuff. So it's a great way for me to be able to get my workflow down easy. You could pretty much do this with anything else. Affinity's another great one that you could do, which I've actually looked into, and I would love to be able to use Affinity, but I'm so tied into the ecosystem now with Adobe that it's really hard for me to get out of it. Let me see what our so anyway, I'm starting with the previous episode. I take the art from that just to give me a starting point. It makes life a little easier. And this was a previous comic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my script now and see what we got going on, because I think this one is very similar to the new one is very similar to what I did on this previous one. So we got the TV going. I'll just kind of bounce back and forth. So the panel one is going to be Lewis. That's the TV announcer guy. And then Bello is talking in the first panel. Let's see if that's... Nope. All right, so it's going to be a little different. But the layout's going to be pretty much the same. Right now, panel 1, we've got Avery talking. But that's going to be Bello instead. So let me grab a little voice triangle here. Whoop, I didn't need to do that. Let's try that again. Let me zoom in a little bit. So I'm going to grab my voice triangle since it's going to be Bello talking. We'll adjust all of this a little bit. You know what? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just start pasting my script in here for all the dialogue boxes. And let's see. And I got, if you care about any of this stuff, I have, like, if you're an artist interested in doing comics and stuff, I'll just keep talking about this stuff. If you got questions, definitely send me a message. I'm happy to answer anything. I love chatting with you guys. If you want to just chat about anything besides me working, I'll keep doing this for a little bit, just because I need to get some of this done, and then we'll go play some pinball after that. But I'll just keep talking about this unless you guys tell me you want to talk about something else otherwise. I know some of my artist friends, they really find some of this interesting and helpful too, as far as techniques on how to do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and paste all my dialogue in here. And what we may have to go and tweak these panels because they're looking pretty long. When I'm writing my script, I tend to ramble on a little bit. You can tell I talk a lot, and I kind of write the same way where it just keeps flowing. So we might have to trim these down a little bit. Let me do one thing here. Make sure turn off my Dropbox syncing. Save as much bandwidth as I can. All right, let's see. So I'm just copying and pasting my script into the dialog boxes. And let me just do one thing too while I'm at it. So this is going to be Avery. Oops, I didn't mean to scroll like that. Oh, I'm grabbing the wrong tool. That's why it's messing me up. All right, the next panel we are going to go to. Okay, cool. So this one is the same setup as far as who talks when. Anyway, I'm just copying and pasting these in there. I'm gonna clean them up and make sure they fit nice. Right now, some of them get cut off, etc. But this will just give me a starting point. And then I'll kind of know too, like, do I need to trim some lines, which happens frequently. It's really hard to tell a story with a little bit of picture, but then dialogue. All you have is basically like 8 lines of dialogue, unless you maybe have another character or 2 in there. It's really hard to tell a story like that because obviously you have to tell them talking and bantering back and forth, but then you also have to tell the rest of the story through the words that they're saying, and it gets complicated, very complicated sometimes. Okay, I gotta do something with this because this is really long. Wow. So, and just a note here too, I like to go 4 lines. I will go 5 lines on dialogue, but no more than that as far as what fits in one voice bubble. So what I'm going to do is just start with this one. And oh yeah, so just another side note here. I do use Claude AI for helping me write a little bit. It's a really great writing tool, man. If you need like somebody to kind of bounce back and forth with on ideas, having another voice to talk to besides the one in here can be hugely helpful. So let me see. Hey bud, can you help shorten this? And for me, this is really great too, because I would spend 20 minutes agonizing over shortening this line of dialogue. He can spit me out, 5, 10, 20 options if I need it. And sometimes I'll pull like, all right, I like the first part of this sentence. I like the second part from this other option he gave me. See, so he gave me 4 options. Ancient Egyptians spent months preparing bodies for the afterlife, removing organs, wrapping in linen, sealing in elaborate tombs. That one feels a little funky. Ancient Egyptians spent months preparing bodies, removing organs, wrapping in linens. Let's try the second one. That feels pretty good. But, you can see how much shorter that is already. So the idea is I'm trying to get it maybe down to 4 lines. That's close, man. So anyway, I do use AI. At first I was kind of, like a lot of people, kind of anti-AI. I'm like, no, not with this. And then I started using it as a tool. And once you just use it as a tool and you realize, it's not going to write the story for you. You still have to put in the work. You can prompt it to say, hey, write me a story, and it'll do it. But it's going to be crap because it doesn't have the touch. It doesn't have the refinement. And that's where the real secret comes in for any creative person out there, if you've ever drawn anything, if you're into videography, any creative outlet, there's tools out there where somebody can now go on the internet and type in, "Hey, make me this," but it's AI, it's crap. It doesn't look good. It doesn't have the refinement, and so once I kind of realized that, and I started doing the refinement myself and using it as a tool for that, it's pretty cool stuff. It's no different than Adobe Illustrator or Affinity or any other apps for letting you create stuff. It smooths out the process and makes it easier, but the creative stuff is still all up here. Nobody's been able to replace that. So until they do, we're still good. All right, let's see what we can do. So, all right, that's not too bad. For the TV, let's see. Ancient Egyptians spent months preparing bodies, removing organs, wrapping in linen, and sealing in tombs. Let's see if he's got one that's a little shorter. Whoops, wrong panel. Yeah, these are all about the same. The Egyptians spent months preparing bodies. Kind of like the next one. Sometimes it's all about a good line break too. I'm not sure that's going to really happen with this one. Yeah, see, all right, you can tell the line break was there. Ancient Egyptians prepared bodies for months. So we can get rid of the dash. Maybe that'll help tighten it up. I don't like dashes they're always kind of a pain when you're trying to do dialogue for a comic strip. So what I do here too, in case you're not into the graphics programs, I can do two things to kind of narrow it down widthwise. One is tracking or kerning, depending on which way you want to say it. It's the same thing, but it takes out the space in between like each letter and tightens it that way, so the letters are a little closer together. You don't want to go too far because then they're going to be touching each other. The other thing I do is I take some of the horizontal scale out of the letters. So my default setting is 90%, but then I can bring it down to about 85, and what I feel still looks good. And these are all like tricks and stuff I learned from doing my graphic art. So going with 3, thank you. Can you also shorten this one? One of these days I should set this up with using the microphone and just talking to him instead of having to type, because I'm a terrible typist. It works though. He understands when I mistype something most of the time. So sure, here are some shorter options. Months, I stress out about meal prep for the week, and they're planning for eternity. A lot of times too, because I ramble on, apparently, you may have noticed. Sometimes going through this where I have to tighten the line, it actually works out better because it reads smoother. See, even this is it's a little tighter, it's a little shorter, but I think it works a little better. All right, there we go. So now we got it to fit in one panel. It's still a lot in my opinion, but it's not too bad. Let's go ahead and slide this over a little bit. Sorry, my allergies are crazy today, so I may get itchy nose rubbing and all that fun stuff. All right, so we're gonna have to do some shortening over here too. This is a really wordy comic strip today. Oh, it's not too bad. Extraordinary effort for the same result as everyone else, really. All right, let's just get rid of the really. If you haven't seen the comic strip, Avery is a British houseplant, and he tends to be a little dry. Just kind of have that British sensibility, the way he talks. So the really at the end does make a lot of sense there, but I don't know. It's sometimes for tightening purposes, removing a little bit is a good thing. So, all right, let's get this one shortened. Agree. All right, one more, please. He's really helpful with trimming stuff down. Like I said, I would sit here and agonize over each one of these lines and try to change it. And, you know, having a different brain, just having like a collaboration process makes life so much easier. What is he? Yeah, he recommends option 3. So let me start right there. They removed the brain through the nose with a hook, then packed the body with natron salt. Is it natron? I've never really heard of natron salt. Oh, look at that. That's so much better. And it fits good in my dialogue box too. We'll do a little bit of condensing here, but nice. Look at that. Yay. All right, all right, all right. Oh yeah, let me move this since that's funny. I need to switch these up. I should actually have I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I'll do it later. I have to fix these. So Bello's got a closed mouth in panel 1. He's obviously talking, so I need to change that. Basically, I have it reversed. In the other comic strip, the guys were talking in the opposite order. So, but I'm just gonna go ahead and keep working on this, and then we'll tweak it later. I just want to get everything kind of in place, my dialogue and the dialogue boxes in the right places. They're all tightened up and look nice. Maybe we can squeeze this one just a little bit more. There we go. That looks nice. All right. Okay, and then we move on from the TV. So it's just the boys talking. This one actually fits pretty well in here. Let's see about Avery's. Avery's line is a little longer on the looks of it. And one of my least favorite things is having one word at the end. In graphic design, we call that a widow because it's just on the end there hanging by itself. I don't like having one word just hanging there. Visually, it's just... Hey! What's up, Skin Buddy? How are you? How's your day going? Thank you for the heart, bud. Dude, I'm actually streaming to all 4 different things today. I've got TT, YT. Right on, dude. I'm with you. Holy crap! My allergies are just messed today, and I couldn't get out of bed. I've had I'm not a big caffeine drinker, but I've had caffeine today just to try to keep going. I did. Jen makes her own like monster concoction, so I had some of that, and then I also went and got a Coke, that's pretty unusual for me these days. So, but I little sugar, little caffeine, and I'm rocking and rolling. But I'm with you. And then on a rough day, I decided to stream to 4 different channels too. I'm doing TT, YT, the T channel, and the K channel. Oh, he's donating again. Man, I'm telling you, brother, you are turning into a vampire. You're going to have to go replenish. All right, see you in a bit, bud. All right, let's tweak this one a little bit. It's a bit late to matter once you're dead, but I admire the sentiment. Okay, I like that better. It feels a little better. It's a bit late to matter once you are dead. Okay. Kind of spell checking here as I go too. Make sure I'm not getting anything grammatically incorrect terribly. I'll do another spell check kind of at the end there too, but let's see. Okay, that fits pretty good. All right, we're moving along pretty good here. Sometimes it goes smooth and other times not so much. I want to be buried with a tree seedling planted on top. Help it grow, you know? That's totally what I want. Everybody's got their own thing, but that just feels nice to me. You know, help out the old planet when you can. All right, there we go. We'll tighten that up a little bit. That one really smooth. Thank the maker. All right, here we go. Let me tighten this up. I'm trying to get the same space between the dialog boxes as I have on the other panel. And then I want to try to make sure this is centered. Look at that. Not bad. I'm not sure I centered these. Let's grab these real quick. Yep, there we go. All right, not bad. So we'll go ahead and save. And now we're going to move on to, so like I said, I do this in multiple apps. This one's InDesign, if you're familiar with the Adobe stuff. This is kind of where, you know, basically my layout program. So I put my panels in here. I put my dialogue on here. Everything kind of comes together in here. What I'm going to do now is I am going to change. So I'm going to go ahead and hit edit. I'm grabbing the first panel, the art in the background, so you can see right here. I'm grabbing that, and I'm going to hit edit original. And now we're going to work in. Let's expand this a little bit. Now I'm going to work in Adobe Illustrator, which is a really good program too. I can't remember what. Well, Affinity just changed everything, so I know Affinity's like one app now. Before they did, I can't remember. I'm trying to remember which one it was. Anyway, let's move on. So the main thing I need to do here is change Bello's mouth. And I'm going to copy. I have all these pre-made mouths. If you haven't seen me do this before, I use a lot of tricks from animation, where I have kind of prepared my characters, you know, rotated them. We've got different arms, we've got different feet and legs and eyes and eyebrows and all kinds of stuff. So I can pretty much grab what I need. Sometimes I'll have to create stuff from scratch, but oops. I'm going to give him some eyebrows. I'm going to flip them here so they're facing the right direction. Ooh, we got the angry EDM going. Why is it not grabbing the edge there? Oh, let me zoom in. No, that's weird. Usually when I go up by the corner up here, it'll rotate for me, but it doesn't want to do that. Okay. We'll do it the hard way. There we go. I don't know why it's not doing that. Very odd. All right, so let me zoom out here. Oh, we need to change this. Oh, you know what? We might be able to use the same TV. Let's come back to that. I want to get the panels set first. So I'm going to save there. Then I'm going to go back to InDesign. And then you can see it actually updated it for me already. Sometimes I have to manually do it. But so now you can see he's talking and he's got his eyebrows up, kind of showing interest. I'm going to do the same thing for panel 2. Go ahead and edit original. Again, this is going to bring it up in Adobe Illustrator. Oh, I had his arm up. You know what? So let's change that. Usually I'll have the arm up when he's, you know, pointing at something, or in a conversation, you know, like you and I are talking, we'll point to each other, kind of like that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to update that. So let's change to a closed mouth. We switch the arm, because now he's kind of listening, you know, he's back to listening to the TV and stuff. Let's go ahead and save. And then we're going to go back to grab the other arm. I'll grab the pointing arm. And we'll flip that. So the secret here too is that, you know, like I said, my comic strip is almost like a sitcom I think is a good comparison. And there's not a lot of action, not like a superhero comic, you know, where you got Superman flying around or Batman, who knows, you know, whatever. Think of your favorite, you know, superhero comic strip where there's all kinds of action visual. Mine doesn't have that. Mine's more a sitcom where they're talking to each other. So I've got to tweak things a little bit. And it may not be a huge amount of movement, but I do need to have stuff move around and change a little bit so it feels like it's a natural thing, you know? Like if you and I are sitting here talking, I might, you know, I'll pretty much stay in the same position, but I will change, you know, move around a little bit. So. No spamming, please. You're not gonna get any followers here. Please don't spam. I don't want to block you. Just hang out, watch, chime in with questions, whatever you want to do, but please don't spam. All right, so let's save that. Make sure I save this one. And now we're gonna go look at it again in InDesign. There we go. Oh wait, I thought I did the arm. It didn't update. There we go. Let's update the first panel. There we go. Much better. See, now it's like subtle movement. It's not drastic, but you know, it's not bad. Oh, you know what? Let's just go ahead and do it, buddy. Where are you at? You're on the Twitch, my friend. Let me pause that. I'm not even seeing you pop up in here. What's up with that? Looks like you've already ducked out, huh? All right. I think I'm gonna move this over too. So that way I don't get any attitude from any of the other ones. All right, anyway, back to the show. I wonder if I can actually change it here. User actions. Sorry, bear with me 1 sec. There you go. Oh, cool, man. I didn't know I could do that there. Apparently I can block right from there. Haha! Block! Block! Yeah, I'm not dealing with spam. I work too hard to deal with stupid spam stuff, you know? Ain't gonna happen. Alright, let's get back to it. Alright, I'm pretty happy with panel 1 and 2. We'll have to go back and switch the TV up a little bit, but that's okay. Let's update panel 3, and I think I know what I want to do there already, so let's do, we'll get rid of his eyebrows. We're going to do crossed arms for this one. I think that'll work really well. And that goes right about there. And I gotta move it back so it's not covering its face. And I'm gonna move, so Avery, even though he's a plant, he does, I keep grabbing one too many, there we go. He does sort of have a face. It's his middle leaf right here. You can kind of see it angles up and almost looks like it's looking around. So I will move that around a little bit. I'm gonna move him forward so he's kind of leaning in to listen to Bello. It's subtle, but it's there. It's enough where, you know, it does look like he's paying attention. Let's go ahead and save, and now we're gonna go back to InDesign. Let's have a peek there. All right, that looks pretty good. And then, you know what? I'm actually happy with panel 4. That looks very nice. So now we got to figure out what we're going to do with ancient Egyptians. Ancient Egyptians prepared bodies for months, removing organs, wrapping in linen. Okay, I do got, yeah, I got to change that to TV. I could probably get away with, so I have, you can tell I have two different TV panels there. I could probably just go with one. Basically, I got to change out the, Egyptian discovery or Sphinx holding on to her secrets. Well, you know what? Let's do something new. I don't want it to be static. So let's go ahead and update. There we go. Let's go to Egyptian tombs. That's pretty much in line for what we're working on today. Okay, I think we're still going. Okay, I think we're still going. Please. Wow, okay. I think my computer is stressing under the load. I think I might go, and that'll save us a lot of bandwidth. So, matter of fact, let me quit Plex. And I'm just going to copy it here and play it directly on my computer. That should help the computer not struggle so much. There it is. And let's stick these in there. Oh, still copying. Okay, now we got our playlists. Let's close that out. I'm going to put that down there. And we're going to get my buddy VLC to play this for us. Turn it down a notch so I'm not blasting you guys out. Okay, that should be a lot better. Hopefully my computer's happier with me now. Poor thing had to do too much work. All right, let's go find us an Egypt image. I was gonna have AI do it, but you know what? Let's make it easier. You know what? I can still do it. Where am I gonna go? Let's go Firefly. I've got a few different options here. Firefly, that's Adobe's. Again, I use Adobe, so might as well keep going with it. Picturesque. Oh no, let's not do that. I am gonna have Claude help me. To go, I'm gonna ask him for an image prompt to go with this episode that will be displayed. Oh my god. Displayed on the TV. Oh. I can't type today. That's all right. We'll get through it. All right, let's try that one. He does give me some really great prompts too. Like I said, it's such a nice tool where I'd sit there and take me forever to figure out what I want. I can tell him like, oh, to write me a prompt based on the episode, and this is the picture that's going to go on the TV. He writes it out in like 2 seconds, where I'd sit there and try to get it perfect and flub around with it for 20 minutes. And we'll see. We're going to use, look at that. That's really cool. I don't think I'm going to mess around with that. Let's just get that one. Uh-oh, gonna sneeze. Oh, that wasn't as loud as I usually am. Made sure I took, kind of bit my tongue on that one. Made sure I didn't sneeze right into the microphone because I sneeze really loud. All right, so there's our image. So let's go into, back to Adobe Illustrator. And I'm gonna grab this image. We're going to go to the link panel and I'm going to relink it. So I'm going to hit the links. Got to go right folder and then there's our image. And we hit place. Look at that. Yeah, it looks really cool. I'll slide that over. I do need to crop this a little better though. So let me go ahead and make a little box over it. And then I'm going to use the masking tool basically. So and we'll slide that over. Let me crop this way too. Oops. Right to the edge of the TV. That's better. Trying to kind of get it centered in that area. Matter of fact, I need to have this because right now it's cutting into our buddy Lewis, the news anchor. So I'm going to move that over a little bit. There we go. That looks pretty good. I'm going to move it over just a hair to center a little better. Look at that. Not bad at all. Oh, let me do it's a little side bonus. I always change the real headlines, the ticker underneath the TV, or at the bottom of the TV. Thanks, bud. Can you also give me a line for the ticker at the bottom of the TV? So I always do something a little funny here. For a while I was trying to do real headlines, but you kind of run out of those pretty fast. So real, like good funny headlines. Mummies Uncovered, Egyptian Mysteries. Ooh. Can you, I forgot to tell him, can you make some funny ones? Yeah, because this is like a little subtle little side thing. It's like an extra joke. So if you're in the know, which you are now because you're watching, if you ever see the TV, see Lewis on the TV, and you see the bottom scroll like the kind of news style. This is gonna go in there. I like this one. Local Pharaoh. I just want to look good for eternity. That's pretty cute. I like that. All right. There we go. Local Pharaoh. Oops. And I'm gonna bring that in just a little bit. There we go. All right, that looks good. So now you know that the joke is, if Lewis is ever, the TV's ever on with Lewis and doing the news, Lewis in the news, haha. Look at the ticker. There'll be an extra little joke in there for you. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and save that. I'm gonna close out of there. As a matter of fact, I can close out of most of these. I like to close these out as I go along because the more windows you have open, the more chance you have for screwing something up. So, oh wait, I do need to update the TV though. So let me go back. Oh no. That's not good. Okay, we gotta do something. I did mess up one thing, so, which is not a big deal. Kinda is a big deal. Well, let me think about how I'm going to do this. I accidentally saved over my old one, which I shouldn't have done. I'm usually really good about that. So I need to, what I'm going to do, no. Now I'm a little confused. All right, let me open these. I saved over something somewhere. I'm not sure which ones, but let's do this. I'm gonna go ahead and edit. Oh, it's the cats one. I did. Okay, darn it. Edit. Oops. Wrong one. There we go. I'm gonna have to fix something. This is part of the problem doing these. I have so many files open. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, that one's long done, so I'm not worried about it. Okay, that's a relief. Basically, I saved over like the old episode that I did by accident. Thank goodness it's not a big deal. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Okay, now I know what I'm doing. Okay, here we go. Let's go. We're gonna edit original. I'm gonna do a save as. These are gonna go in the new folder. Yeah, so basically I saved over my, I think it was episode 41 by accident. Yeah. Which is okay, because that one's long done. I am not gonna need to go back and tweak that in any way, shape, or form. So, but I do want to make sure I get these in the right folder. So that's why I'm doing this right now. Edit original, save as. And then we're going to move this over to the new one where it's supposed to be. And then I'm going to fix the TV, which is the whole point of doing all this. Like I said, I'm a little off today, and these allergies are just brutal. All right, let's save this right there. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, let's hide that too. I'm going to go and open up all the new ones. I guess I could have left them open, but just for my insanity, I wanted to make sure we didn't have any issues. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and replace the TV link. So this is, it gets a little complicated because this one's linked to, like, we go between Illustrator and InDesign. This is kind of the same idea. So we have the TV is linked, and how you can see it's different. I'm going to do, just tap that just so it's slightly different, and then I can save. Okay, that one's good. Let's update the TV. There we go. Save. And we're just going through the process. We're basically going to do this on every single one, which makes this a bit of a pain in the butt. That's part of the problem doing these things. There's so many moving pieces. It's like, it's easy to forget something. It's easy for something to get screwed up. So you've got to be really diligent doing these things. You know, I mean, you guys, if you're either reading it with the 4-panel version or you're watching the video version, it's like, you know, I don't know, you're done in a few seconds, 10 seconds, if you're, or like a minute if you're watching the video version. And it's like hours of real time over here putting it together. It's crazy. It really is. And, you know, animation's even worse. That's one of the reasons I couldn't animate fully turn Bello into a cartoon, which would have been fun, but there's just no way. All right, so why am I not? Oh, okay, I gotta relink these because these are linking back to my old file. Yep, there it is. All right, so I'm gonna go there. Okay, yep. Now we're cooking. All right. Yeah, 2 more times. Going pretty good. I kind of screwed up one little bit, but it wasn't terrible. So I'm just having to relink a bunch of files, but we're just about done. So good timing. There we go. All right. Basically, the 4-panel is done. So next up would be doing the video version, but I think I'm just gonna, let me do a couple things and then let's go play some pinball. I'm tired today. I'm probably gonna get off the stream a little early because I'm just kind of wiped out. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna paste my updated scripts because, you know, we did a bunch of edits here. I want to make sure I get the updated dialogue back into my scripts because I'm going to use this doing the voiceover stuff, doing the actual voices. So it's just more kind of housekeeping things I got to do to make sure things are correct. A lot of moving pieces. Which one did I just grab? Okay, that one. There we go.
Mr. Sinister said, I was in the waiting line on my phone trying out dating sites.
Nice. Hey, it's worth the shot. You know, I don't think I've ever done a dating site. Yeah, I don't think I have. I think I did, like, back in the day, like long ago, like MySpace or something. I may have dated somebody through there, but I don't think I ever did. Yeah, I don't, you know, I don't think I ever have. Let me know how it goes. It's really interesting. You never know. It's worth a shot. All right. We got all that done. Let me update one more thing here. We get the title in here. Ah, it sucks, bro. Yeah, you were mentioning that, and that really sucks. It sounds like you guys were having a great time, too. That's not very nice. All right, I'm just going to do some housekeeping. I'm going to get rid of the old files here. And then we're going to go play some pinball. Oh, there we go. All right, let's go back to the top. All right, we'll go ahead and save. Nah. Yeah, I would just let that one go. Sometimes it's just not meant to be. I don't remember my, I think it was in, yeah, it was like early high school. One of my buddies, you know, was like the hot guy at school or whatever. And girls would just throw themselves at him. And, you know, I'm like, dude, how do you do this? What the hell? I can't even get a date. How are you, like, got 5 lined up for the weekend? And he's like, look, just don't make it stressful. Don't, you know, just don't get any anxiety about it or whatever. It's, you know, yeah, it's different, but it's basically like, think of it like you're going to hang out with your buddies, but it's like a really special event. And then 2, he said, don't go chasing the girls. You know, be nice, be cordial and everything, but girls know within like 30 seconds of meeting you if they like you or not. And it's like one of the best things anybody's ever told me because it's always been that way. You know, I'm like, hey, I'm here. If you want to hang out, cool. The girls instantly know. Yeah. You are good looking, Dad. You are a good looking dude. I mean, if I was single, I'd go out with you. Be plutonic, of course, but I'd go out with you. All right, let's take a peek. I think we're gonna head over and play the pinball. You're welcome, man. You're welcome. All right, let me get some stuff out of the way here, out of the window, and then we're gonna go. Let me switch to my chatting. Oh, hey, look, it's me, nice and big. All right, let's go. Oh, I can go ahead and pause the audio of the music. Let's go over to the pinball machine. It's pinball time. All right. Yeah, I saw Mike earlier. He was testing out YT a little bit and some of the other ones too. The audio was a little wonky. I think he's still got to work on that, but...
Mr. Skinister says, hi.
All right, here we go. Let's go pinball. I always got to reset the stupid cameras. Properties. We'll switch. All I do is switch between them, and then they work again. It's weird. Dink. There's our overhead shot. Oh, looks a little crooked. What did I do? No, we'll get that fixed. And then the back glass. I got to update that one. Properties. Switch between the cameras. Okay. There we go. That looks pretty good. Except for my overhead is a little crooked. Okay.
Mr. Skinister says, losing connection BRB.
Okay, bud. I hope it's not me. It could be. All right. Yeah, that's a little bit off there. All right, let me tweak a little bit. I must have bumped into it or something. Kind of cutting off the bottom there where you see the flippers and everything, but we'll fix that. There we go. Let me slide that over just a bit. All right, there we go. Look at that. We are good. Let's turn up some volume. All right, what are we going to play today? Yeah, I'm probably going to start with Batman because I'm still trying to get to 1 billion points. Hopefully you guys can hear the audio pretty good too. All right, I'm going to be back. Give me 1 second. I'm going to grab my water and cough drops and all that fun stuff. All right, be back in 1 second.
Mr. Skinister says, there we go, Bello Man.
All right, I'm back. All right, sorry about that. All right, better connection.
Mr. Skinister says, I wonder if he can hear me. Falakana hata dabamana.
I can hear you, bud. I just had to go grab my water and cough drops and hit the restroom, all that fun stuff. And now I'm prepared for playing Le Pinball. I think I'm gonna start with Batman. I've been digging this, man. I went and bought some DVDs of the show too, and ripped those so I could put them on our Plex Media Center thingamajigger. I was watching a few of those this morning, dude. I love this old show. It's it's kooky and silly and fun, but it was actually really good for the time. But I'm trying to. So my goal for this sucker is to get 1 billion points. I've gotten up to like 840, somewhere around there, 840, but not quite. See if we can do it today. That'd be fun. And then think about what you want me to play next, bud. Okay, that's pretty gross. Start.
Mr. Skinister said, that reminded me of Michael Jackson. Mama say mama sa mama.
That's true. Mama say mama sa mama. I remember that. All right, we got the bat phone. What's next? Oh boy. That's no way to start. It'll be a long day at this rate. Oh yeah, let me turn on my.
Mr. Skinister says, Did you see the Michael trailer?
No, I did not. Any initial reactions? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Phew, that was close. Ah, I missed it. Come on, go up the ramps.
Mr. Skinner says, plus the guy playing Michael is Jackie Jackson.
Oh, really?
His nephew.
I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. All right, we got the lock. Ah. I cannot get up that ramp. That one either. Ah, that was a terrible shot, but I'll take it. Ball two locked. Oh, come on. Good thing we got the ball save. I'm definitely doing better on this than I did yesterday. Yesterday I was just kind of flailing around. I don't know. It was one of those where I just was fighting the whole time instead of having to. And just when I'm talking and saying it's going better. Right down the middle. Who else we got in there? I see we got a couple people in there. Don't be shy. Please say hi. I've got the text-to-speech going, so it'll let me know when you send a message. I love chatting with everybody. Let me know what pinball machine you want me to play. What table? Make sure you follow, subscribe. Like, no! All of that fun stuff. And don't be shy about saying hi. I don't bite.
Mr. Skinnister says, do they have any Michael Jackson pinball tables?
That's a good question. All right, let's go find out. I do want to play some more of this because that was a bad start. But let's find out. The only problem with some of the like music tables, there's a fair few in here. They're just like a base table that somebody skinned with music and imagery. So they're not very good play wise, but I'm good to find out. Let's find out. Medusa ME. Minecraft Millionaire. Mickey Mouse. Michael Jackson it is, bud. There you go. I mean, if there's going to be any pop star, somebody, then he's got to be on here, right? I've never played this, so we're going to play something brand new, too. Right on, man. Good choice. Very good choice. And good music, too. Let's see if this reminds me of any table right out of the gate. Usually you can kind of you can kind of tell what they skinned it on, but I'm not sure. This actually looks pretty unique. Somebody did a good job. They put some time into this. We got the good music on too. Oh, let's get some credits in there. That's the problem. Rock and roll. There we go. Ooh, all right. That's pretty quick. Ah. All right, okay. This is gonna be a fast-moving table. Ah, I should have let it bounce. I hate the center little bouncer bumper thing though. That's another problem with these tables, is they'll have music playing, but then the sound effects from the table will like double up over the music, so it doesn't sound the best. All right, that's pretty cool up there. I like that left ramp. Dude, why am I not taking that one out? There it goes. Ah! All right, let's see. Looks like I can change the music. Let me see if I can get a stopping point. There we go. Okay, this may...
Mr. Skinister says, BRB.
All right, bud. Oh.
Jacob says, what up?
Hey, what's up, Jacob? How are you? What are you up to today? Having a good day? All right, I'm going to play something else. This is not a bad table, but the problem is they've got, unlike some of these music tables, they got the music going and then they got the sound effects from the table as well, and they overlap and they don't always work so well. So let's go play something different. I'm going to play some more of...
Jacob says, hey, I'm doing awesome today.
Sweet. Good to hear, bud. I'm doing pretty good too. A little tired. My allergies are just, I don't know what's flying around, but they are terrible today. And I pretty much have allergies all the time, but today is bad. But it's all right. We're getting through it. Had a pretty good day. We're getting an early stream in today. I might jump off a little earlier than usual. I did get, I am now officially streaming on 4 different channels. So I've got TT, obviously. I've got YT, I've got Kick, and Twitch as well. So I'm all over the place. And the good thing is it's working well. No major stuttering or hiccups.
Player 1, you're up.
Knock on wood. As soon as I say that, it's going to go haywire. So I'm pretty stoked about that, though. I've been wanting to do that for a while. All right, I think I need to turn my audio down just a hair.
Sound 034 says, hi.
What's going on? How's it going today? We're shooting for... So I played this pretty much all week. At least a little bit here and there, but I'm going for 1 billion points, which is no small feat. I've gotten to about 800 and...
You sound 034 cents. It's a nice game.
Thank you. I like this one a lot.
Jacob said, "We're definitely will. You two like allergies too."
Yeah, they're brutal, aren't they? Let me turn it down just a hair. It is loud. It's a loud table. A lot of stuff going on. Hopefully, I'll turn it back up a little bit. I want you guys to hear it too, so... Looking at my audio levels. All right. Let me know if it's too loud.
Yes.
All right, cool. That's good. So I've got, so the plan is to get 1 billion points. I've gotten 840, I think is my highest score this week. So gotten close. I've gotten close, but not quite there. Sorry, I gotta blow my nose. I guess I could have taken off the microphone, huh? Sorry, guys. I'll remember that for next time. All right. Everybody's on TT. There we go. That was a nice shot. I missed it.
I am allergic to peanuts, and the problem comes pot late.
Ah, that's brutal. Everything's got peanuts in it. Yeah, I'm not allergic like completely where I need an EpiPen, but I have a bad time with alliums, you know, like some onions and garlic and stuff. I'm not, you know, it's nothing, I don't need the EpiPen, but it does not do me well. I definitely have reactions. Oh no, that was terrible. And then the other thing I have a hard time with is just gluten, man. That stuff is like, takes me forever to digest. Again, nothing, you know, nothing life-threatening but it still sucks. That was not a good shot. Oh. I'm not helping my own cause trying to get 1 billion points. If you guys got any tables you want me to play, let me know. I've got a bazillion on here, so if you're a pinball fan and there's one you like playing, I'll play it for you. Lots of options. Otherwise, we're just going to keep shooting for that 1 billion points. I think we can do it today. I really do.
Jacob said, Superman.
Superman. All right, we can do Superman. Let me finish this this game up, and then we'll do Superman. I know there's a bunch of Superman tables too, so we'll see which one you want to play. Oh no. Uh-oh. Come on, get out of there. All right, one more on the left. Yes! We got the Joker, I think.
Mr. Skinnister said, I'm back phone call.
There he is. What's up, buddy? Oh boy. There we go. Ah, come on, go up there, will you? Ooh, that was close. All right. I don't want to jinx myself, but it's feeling pretty decent. All right, let's continue on. Yeah, missed it. All right, let's see if we can get that ball lock for the multi-ball. Oh, missed it. There we go. That's one. Oh, yeah. I think if I hit this just right, coming out with the plunger, then I can actually get it into the next lock. I did it the other day. Ah, a little too soft. All right. Let's see if I can get this one. Oh. This one's hard to get the timing down just right.
Jacob said, I already reached 1 billion points on the practice pinball mode game on my Xbox One pinball game.
Dude, nice. What game are you playing? Wonder if I got it on here. Maybe we can play against each other. A little friendly competition. Ooh, that was close. All right, here we go. All right, let's see if I can get this in there. I did it the other day. Ah, nope, too hard. Jeez, that has got some bounce on it. Come on, let's get that last ball locked for the... Ah, it's really hard to get the ball bounce over. Almost. You gotta time that just right and it'll sneak over there. No, just a little bit off. Now, let me see if I can get it on this side. Nope. I know, Batman. No, 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 no. Ah, I saw that coming a mile away. Darn it. All right, that was a pretty good ball at least. We may have a good bonus too. Let's see. All right, 11's not bad. Not bad at all.
As the artist says, what a fellow.
Yes. How are you? You having a good day? All right, come on. Let's get this one. Ah, always one of those.
Can you read my comments on the left?
Sorry, one sec.
As the artist says, do not write poetry. Love the Batman game.
Yeah, it's really fun. This one is a blast. I'm trying to get to... Ah, I lost the ball. I'm trying to get to 1 billion points. I have not been able to do it. Oh, I lost it. I've gotten like 840 million roughly. So close, but not quite. Can I read your comments on the last one? Yeah, you are. The last one I got was I already reached 1 billion points. on the practice pinball mode game on the Xbox One. That's the last one I got.
Yeah, the artist said. Yes, I had to take the day off since Handyman was coming, but they ended up rescheduling for tomorrow, so I've just been relaxing and filming some stuff.
That's cool. Impromptu day off is always good.
Yeah, the artist said. There's a little lag on the stream keeps coming and going.
Uh-oh. Ah. Well, I'm streaming. I am doing the 4 stream today. I've got TT, YT, Twitch, and Kick too. So I'm trying them out. So far, fingers crossed, knock on wood, it's been going well. So we'll see. Hopefully it keeps going. Hopefully the lag is not too bad. And it gets back to normal. Jeez. All right, I was going pretty good, and then my juice ran out or something.
Like the artist said, yes, I needed a little relaxation day, so it worked out.
That's good. I'm with you. You know, I was watching you, and like I can see why you get burnt out. I mean, there's so much interaction. You know, for me, it's pretty chill. You know, we're chatting back and forth while I'm playing or working.
As the artist says, nice Bello, are you streaming through streaming software on a laptop?
I am. I've got a MacBook, and I am streaming with OBS.
As the artist says, no, it's not too bad.
All right, good. I'm shooting terrible. Oh, come on. There we go. Cowabunga, dude. Uh-oh, no. I thought that was going to go out for sure. All right, I am on ball 3, so we need to get an extra ball or something. No.
Yeah, as the artist says, that's awesome. You're hitting all the platforms with Bello.
Yeah, it's kind of always been the plan, but it was, like first I kind of wanted to get comfortable with streaming, you know? And I kind of feel like I am, so now I'm, all right, let's start doing the other ones too. That, and as long as my computer can keep up. It seems like we're okay. I still need some better internet, but I gotta wait for that a little bit. Ah, that was in there. Darn it. Yeah, I really admire how much you do on your stream, Jazz. That's a lot of interaction, and you know, you got to keep up with everybody and saying hi. Luckily and sad, but I don't get that many people on my stream, so it's a little easier for me. So I could see why, you know, you're not doing 6 days a week like I am at this point. Once I get busier, I probably do the same. Go down to like 4 days. No! Ah. All right, that wasn't too bad. All right, Jacob, we're going to go play some Superman. So you got to let me know. We'll go through and you tell me which one you want to play, okay? There'll be a few different options. All right, 238's not terrible. We're getting better. All right, let's go check out Superman. Superman. I'm pretty sure there's going to be quite a selection. Oh, okay, not as many as I thought. All right, this is an old one. This is Superman made by...
The artist says, I totally get that it took me a while to get used to streaming too, and it hasn't lagged in a few minutes now. Yes, it's kind of crazy. Sometimes it took a while to build up the community, but I love it.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for too. So slowly but surely, you know, I mean, I just started doing Bello this year too, so it's all still really new. I got to remind myself just to slow down, calm down. It'll get there, but all in good time. Hey Jacob, are you still around, bud? You want to tell me which Superman you want to play? We got a few options. Or if Yaz, you want to pick one. So this is Superman. This was made by Atari. The actual, you know, in the arcade, you can probably still find this in places. This is 1979, so it's an older machine. It's not going to have that much action on it. And then this is another variation there. It looks like they added some cool effects to the ball and a few other things. Then we've got Superman and Justice League. And this is an original table, meaning that's digital only. So one of the companies made it.
Yeah, the artist says, I totally get that I have to remind myself of that all the time too.
Yeah. It's, you know, it's so instant that it feels like, oh, I should have 500 followers right now. So, but that's not the way it goes.
Yeah, the artist says, the Superman one is cool. I like the retro ones.
All right, we can do the retro. Let me just see what the next one is, just so we see them all. So this is an original digital table, and this one is... Looks like this was an original one too, so meaning it's not out in the arcade. It's just a digital table, and this was 2016. But let's go back to the first one. That looks pretty interesting. Let's try this one. I still love watching the 80s Superman with Christopher. Very fun movies. Campy, cheesy, of course, but very fun too. All right, let's see what we got. We got some quarters in there. Quarters, quote unquote, because I'm doing it digitally. I can't put quarters in the machine. I just don't have any. I keep forgetting to go to the bank and get a roll of quarters. I really got to do that. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, yeah, this is definitely old school. You can tell. Sometimes these are nice to play, though, because they're just usually a lot more chill. Okay, that was not a good shot. Oh, that was close. Okay, that moves pretty quickly. Oh, cool. Okay, so we got to spell out Superman. We got a little ways to go here. Ah. Okay, I got to remember to hit it softer with the when I'm shooting the ball out first time. Oh, here we go. See if we can get it on the one of those first. Okay. So if we light up all four up there, then it'll give us more points as well. Let's see what... There we go. We're getting closer. Ooh, that was close. Almost lost it.
As the artist says, all the different camera angles are really cool.
Yeah, thank you. Have I ever shown you the whole machine?
Weapon of Base Destruction says, which Superman movie is your favorite?
Oh, that's tough. I was just saying, I do like the original 80s. You know, Christopher Reeve. Those were really fun, but the newer ones are really good too. It's hard to pick. I don't know. You know, I think I might go with the old school just because they were just a little more campy, a little bit more like old school comic book style. A little more, tongue-in-cheek, where the new ones today are a little bit more serious. But I'll watch them all. You know what I mean? Come on. We lost it.
Weapon of Phase Destruction says, I totally understand, and we grew up with them as well, so yeah, it's a little more personal.
It is. It is. It is. It's like it's our childhood. So, yeah, I was just watching the Batman '66 too, like the '62 TV series, because I was playing the table on here. All right, let's try that again. So I went and bought the DVDs the other day and ripped them all so I could have them on our media server, and those are fun too. Although that was before my time too. I was born in '72, and I watched that show as reruns. No. Okay. Oh, I thought I almost saved it. All right, this is actually a pretty fun table. Whoa.
Yeah, the artist says, what category are you using on Twitch? I streamed on there for a while, had a gaming channel, and did an art channel there too.
I'm pretty sure I'm doing the gaming. I gotta double check now that you mention it though. I think I set up for gaming. Yeah, because it's kind of weird because I'm doing both. I do art to start, doing Bello, and then I switch over to gaming. So it's kind of hard to pick, and I don't want to restart the stream once I already have everybody in there. What was that? Poop. All right, let's try again. I really want to light up Superman one time just to see what kind of points we get.
The artist says, that's good gaming and just chatting are good categories to grow.
Yeah, that was kind of what I was thinking too. It's not everybody's into art, Right down the middle. All right, we knocked down a few letters though. That was pretty good. Uh-oh, that was close. This is a pretty cool table. I don't think I ever played this in the arcade. I first started playing pinball, I want to say early 80s. Like my dad got us a pinball machine. We had a buddy that owned an arcade and just gave him like a ridiculous deal. So I was very lucky that we had a pinball machine at home, and I played the heck out of that thing. But I don't think I ever played this one. At least I don't remember playing it. It's very well that it may have been in one of the arcades I went to, and I did play it, but I certainly don't remember playing it. No, don't go out. Okay, good. Uh-oh. I missed the E again.
Like the artist says, that's a fun memory.
Yeah, it really is. Whoa! Alright, we got the N. We need the U. Come on. Ah, poop. Alright, we got close. We got pretty close. Alright, let's try one more time. If you guys think of anything else you want to play, let me know. There's about, I don't know. I keep saying 1,200 tables, so I'm kind of sticking with that number. But there's around 1,200 tables on here, give or take. So the odds are...
Where did you find this machine?
There's a few different companies that make them. You can look around. This one is called the Ultra, I think it's Ultra VP Pinball. You can look them up. They're stupid expensive, but I wasn't planning on buying it, but my dad passed away a few years ago now, and he did leave us a little bit of money, and so I thought, you know what, kind of in honor of him, because we used to play together all the time. I took a little bit of the money from that and then matched the other half of it from my own savings, and ended up buying it. So, and I mean, I play this thing every day.